And we're live. Just that quick.
Hey, hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the If You Know, You Know late night show. I'm your host. I'm Jeffrey. Excuse me, man. It must be the April blues.
Oh,
Man, dude, I need a Lawson's or something.
I cannot.
Look, I just learned what a Lawson's was like within the last 2 years. You know, you get grown and you learn new stuff.
That's
But,
true. That's
but
true.
anyway, I'm your host. I'm Jeffrey, and I am with.
Ronika, but I'm out here looking like Dr. Heavenly by the eyes. And if you know, you know.
Well, why you mean Dr. Heavenly? What do you mean?
Because she usually has the red around her eyes. And I'm like, did I not get enough sleep? Y'all know what I've been going through. But hey, I'm here. I'm Ronika. It's okay.
Look, or you was around somebody's session because that could have happened. You know what I'm saying? So,
We already know.
if you know, you know. So,
That's
but
true.
no, we want to thank everybody for coming out. We know everybody's popping in. We'll give you a couple minutes, but we wanted to be on time today. You know, we try to respect your time. You know, time is fine. So, we came into this new month. It's April. Look, Renika, when I say it's busy, it is busy, man. Like,
Got going on.
man, look, new opportunities, you jumping on, and but this is, if you know me, I'm in after school youth development, working with the youth. So from that standpoint, those teachers are trying to be done. So it's time for me to like kick into my greatest services. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been really busy trying to get things together for different orgs, as they prepare for summer programming. Kids going on break, things of that nature. So, but yeah, so it's just been crazy busy. And then I'm trying to plan like what I want to do in the summer. I know I want to go fishing. I know I want to travel a little bit. But I want to be like more intentional with my travel. I know I got like a class reunion this summer. So shout out to my classmates.
Mhm.
Be there. I just paid my dues. So yeah, I can keep running on and on about how busy it's been like the last like I'm really feeling the pressure on Thursday night. I think because
Mm.
I know that the second week of April is prime time. So I'm feeling the pinch, but I ain't yelling yet.
Well, we do have people chiming in already. And Teeny says, hello, hello, on time. Yay!
Hey, hey,
On
hey, hey.
time.
Damn, I'm glad we got security.
Yeah.
Security.
Kitty, the word has been enemies. From Maxine from Living Single. What did she say? Warden, warden, the princess being mean to me, warden. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. So we also have Will Baker. Hey.
Hey, hey. Shout out to Cali. Cali. So we shouting out over there on the Pacific Standard Time.
You know it. And then Walt Doak says, if you come out to Ben Harbor, we gotta catch up. Cause what's
Come
up?
on now, cuz. Absolutely. This summer. Absolutely. Cause I gotta come see your pops. Like, come on now. He's my oldest living sibling. I mean, oldest living sibling here. He'll hate me saying that. My uncle would hate me saying that. But no, he's my oldest living uncle. Like, come on now. Like, definitely. Like, no, I can't wait to touch his hair. It's power in his hair.
Ugh.
If you know, you know. My uncle Renika, he has like this afro and it's all white, but it's not like how people like get gray?
Mm.
No, it's white. It's white. Like a black fro that went outside in a snowstorm and came and all of a sudden it was just white. Yeah, it's like that. It's cool. It's cool.
Okay, Will said, yeah, it's early for me. Yeah, child, we know. Yeah,
You talking about late night show
yeah,
at
yeah.
7.
It's like it's early for me, child. And then Walt Doak says, I know he's 1,000 years old now.
Oh man, don't talk about him. Don't talk about him. Look, he knows all. He knows all.
And then Teeny said, yes, white. And then A Bev is checking in saying, hey. And
Hey,
then
hey.
straight up with a K. Straight up with a K saying, sup, bro.
So,
Straight up. Hey. You know, okay. All right. So, yes.
how you doing though?
So I am good. I'm ready to get this show on the road. We had a great recording for Please Do Tell podcast. So you know that we have this podcast that Jeffrey and I do, and it launches on Tuesday mornings, like early morning. So if you're an early commuter, it's perfect because it drops at 5 a.m. It's perfect. 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whenever you wake up and get your day going, you can listen to a little bit of us and storytelling. So it is a little different from our late night show. But listen, if you want double the dose of our energy, that's what you need to go over there and subscribe to either on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts because we shine over there and we shine over here too. Hey now, author Nadine Jasmine has entered the chat and she's saying,
Hey,
hey
hey.
now, welcome to our late night show.
Look, just a little sidebar. I started watching. I used to listen to us on Apple,
Mm-hmm.
Apple Music, um, because it's easier because you're in motion and
Commuting and
because
all that.
I know people probably like y'all listen to yourself. Oh hell yeah,
I
it's
gotta know.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get out of
I'm
here.
like,
But
did I talk
anyway,
about that already? I did. I did.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. But
Hmm.
but now I look at it on YouTube. And the only reason why I look at it on YouTube is because of the pictures they put up of our face on
Yeah.
YouTube. I just
Yeah.
think that that's the coolest thing ever. Like this AI thing is out of hand,
I know.
y'all. I don't,
But it's really us.
yeah,
It's really us. Damn
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
us.
yeah. It's us, but for them to like, it's almost like they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this
Yeah.
for you." You know what I'm saying?
I'll
Like
see a
that's
photo. I'm
crazy.
like, where's Jeffrey's gap? That
Right,
gap has to shine.
right,
Why
right.
are you
How's
trying to
this gonna
close it up?
disappear?
You ain't Tyra. I ain't Tyra. Like, why are you trying to close up the gap? Damn it.
Look, we ain't never doing that. We ain't
No.
never. But yeah,
No. No, 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 no,
but
no,
yeah,
no.
it's I love it on YouTube. Love seeing because it's your face. You know, I look one day I was scrolling through on my TV and I saw it. I said, I'm so hook, line, sinker. Yeah,
Yeah.
hook, line, sinker.
Yeah. It's
Mm-mm.
us. We're a
But
thing.
But y'all don't forget to drop in the text box numbers. We do go through our at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, we go through the numbers of 1 through 3,000. Well, actually I'm going to say like 17 through 3,000
Oh
because
yes, yes. We didn't.
through,
We didn't. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we done been through 1 through 17 already. And so we want to get like random numbers, so we don't even have to pick and choose around. But the questions, you can just drop your number in the text box. The questions get kind of deep, and Renika and I get an opportunity to answer those questions. All right. So
Perfect. So I do see that Straight Up is saying indeed, and Teeny's already dropping numbers in here. But I do want to tell you all something that author, if you see author Nadine Jasmine in the comments, she has the Dear Sis podcast, and I've been on there I think a couple times. So I'm looking to be back on there. It may be some collaboration in the future, but oh, she even dropping numbers too. Great.
welcome,
just
welcome,
know
welcome.
this is all about a collaboration. It's all about good energy and fun and absolutely networking in the comment section as well.
Where she
But
stay?
yeah, she's in Philly. She definitely said we have to come and see her in Philly.
Oh wow, okay, 2 hour
Yeah,
bus ride.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. She
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it's nothing. It's
Yeah, I'm in
right
Harlem.
there. You already so you heard. I'm gonna wait for the chime in. Like you heard him. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So am I going first? We got to talk about our segments.
Oh yeah.
PPP.
All right. So yeah, and now as we go into our segments, we always drop in, and we do what we call PPP, which we do politics, pop culture, and we always drop something for the people.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, this week, what we're going to do is we're going to switch in and go right to Renika. We're going to drop in the pop culture first, and then we're going to lean into a little bit of politics. And then, like I just said, we got something for our people.
For the
All
people.
right. Capiche?
Capiche.
All right.
Good evening. I am here. My name is Ronika, and I'm here with pop culture. My good friends, I want to talk about because you all know that I love reality TV and I love my good girlfriend Andy because I mean the mess. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, the first episode of this new season premiered last Sunday, so that means that this Sunday will be the second episode. And we have some new characters on there, we have some returning characters, but there's a lot of side eyeing like, are you making up a storyline or is this true? But it is cool to see, and I know a lot of people are like, why is she on there? It's really cool to see Pinky from a Slutty Vegan. She is now Real Housewife of Atlanta, so she's on there. And then we have K Michelle making her return back to I guess I would say, well, no, she's been on quite a few reality shows, but this is her first time being a Real Housewife. I think in any franchise. So she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's actually a housewife, and she wants you to know that she's really a housewife. So I want to know if y'all are watching it, or if you even care.
She married?
K Michelle's not married. Yes.
Oh, wow, 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 wow.
Yep, she's not married. And so it's been,
Congratulations.
yes, it's been a good cackle and a key to watch even the first episode because there is some questionable hookups or relationships or dates that come out in this first episode. So if you are really into the mess, I would say check out this season because it's probably gonna be it's gonna be a ride. It's
Look,
gonna
I did see with K Michelle that she just publicly say that she dated R.
Oh,
Kelly.
y'all
I
listen.
did see that. That
The
that was,
girls, it was in the same interview where she talked about, she called, oh my goodness, her words. She called Giselle from the Reasonable Doubt podcast and Real Housewives of Potomac. She called her Giselle. Not Giselle, but she called her Giselle. And then she called, I believe she called Robin a couch potato. I said, She said she ain't over there doing nothing but selling t-shirts and hats and worrying about me. I said, oh,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
all right. All right. Straight up this in 99 stars. Okay. Thank you, Straight Up. Straight Up. Hey.
Hey, come on now. not straight
Straight
up.
Up. Hey.
Hey, all
You
right, that
know,
was
if you know, you know.
right,
You know
right,
how we
right,
caught that when we both caught it.
right.
Straight Up. Hey.
Hey,
And
but
then
yeah, that's crazy. That she leaked that, or especially, but I guess you won't when you want headlines now. You gotta release what you want to get what you can get. Well, maybe that'll get R out.
I'm over. Okay.
I'm
Um,
hoping. I'm a supporter. You know, I
all right.
I, I don't want this. I don't want nothing to vanish now that I said that. But
Oh, activate a stars party. You can do that? How do you activate a stars party? Oh man. I want to start. Oh, this is so new. So new. Okay, but we appreciate the stars because I was like, man, activate a stars party. All right. And then I'm not sure if you even subscribe to Apple TV. Because y'all know I try to give you something to watch. And I know I talked about the last episode, but my goodness, this last episode, 5 of Imperfect Women on Apple TV, I as Tanisha said, the show is coming off the rails because I don't know what else to do. It's so good. It would give you the mashup of the messy energy of Olivia Pope if you watch Scandal, like when in her messy, like she's still on top with being Olivia Pope, but in her personal life is trash. It's a little bit of that with like a hint of Clue, the board game Clue, and PWT. It's great. It is great. So if
Wow.
you are feeling like, you know what, I might want to try a new series.
Is she in it?
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
heard. I heard she's in it too.
It's so
Like,
good.
how's she gonna give us another? What is this? Is this Scandal Light or
It's
Scandal? A
it's
Scandal esque.
it's I can only compare with the messy, but it's I think this one takes the cake. Yeah, now oh my gosh, spoiler alert. So if you have not seen Scandal and you might want to watch it, she's sleeping with the president. So on this series is totally different. Get into it. Get into
Understood.
it. Okay.
Understood.
All right. So that's number two. Number, I don't know if I want to go with
I'm gonna
Offset.
watch that. I'm gonna watch that show.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna check
so
it out.
he likes to binge watch. So I think it's 8 episodes in the season. This week was episode 5. So you might want to wait until May.
No, I can do it now. We 5 in.
Okay,
Cause
great.
I watch like 2, give it a couple weeks, watch 2. By that time, y'all on 7, 8. Yeah, I
Oh,
get there.
okay. He's not a real binge watcher. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, great. He's not the one that stays up all night watching. That was me.
Mm-mm.
That was me losing sleep watching Power, the OG Power. But anyways, oh, Uncle Donald has checked in and says, "Hello, Miss Williams and Mr. Booker. I'm ready for the talk." Oh,
Hey, hey,
right on time.
let's
Right on
get
time.
it.
So I don't know if I want to go with Offset getting shot because what? And because I don't really know much about it. I just saw it and I was like, "Ooh!" I just started praying, and then I saw him outside taking a drag of a cigarette. So I said he's okay.
That was in
Diddy,
Florida.
yes, yes, yes. But I want to talk about Diddy's lawyers coming back and saying that,
Can I
uh,
jump in before we get to Diddy?
yes.
Offset. I seen he was being sued. Detroit casino, $100,000. That just was dropped. Like I saw it. Like maybe like just when we doing pre-production.
Look at me moving around because I'm just
Yeah,
like, what? I'm
yeah,
moving like Ghost Dad. Like
yeah.
what?
Detroit casino. So yes, it's been a rough week for Offset.
So instead of the sweatshirt saying Detroit versus everybody, it's Detroit versus Offset. Got it. All right. So did he
I didn't say
say that?
that. You don't get me hemmed up over here at the Sugar Shack. I didn't say that.
Anyways, Diddy's lawyers are saying that the freak off should be used were basically content for pornography and everything was consensual.
Sound
Diddy,
like a law-abiding citizen to me.
Diddy, I just want to know who is gonna f with you once all of this is over. Cause you in danger, girl. Somebody gonna f with you, but
Are you
not
kidding
that
me?
thing. I'm just saying. New
Diddy
York loves
will.
promotion.
Diddy is a phoenix. He will rise again. You heard it here first on If You Know, You Know
In
Late
the
Night
US of
Show.
the A, or does he have to do like his boy Russell and go overseas?
If you serve your time here, Diddy is one of us. And what I mean by like, no, no, he's not going to do what that previous generation did by leaving. He served his time and he's gonna ride it out here. If it's his great or good decision or bad decision, we will see. But no, after he served his time, he damn well will be in these streets.
So, would you like for me to give my for my people right now or wait until after politics?
We can do that.
Okay, perfect. Well, that
Yeah.
completes my pop culture for this week. God bless you all.
Not God bless you all. I didn't interrupt you too much, did I?
No, because I'm finna get you in them next ones. Because if you don't say about one of them, I'm gonna have to say something.
All right, all right. Well, Here we go. Look, these damn politics, y'all. We're back. I've tried to keep it where it was light, but it's so much that's going on. I can't. I won't. We mustn't. The first thing I want to touch, them damn gas prices, y'all.
Good night. Cause what? I'm over it.
Four,
Over it.
$5, $6, $7 a gallon in certain places.
I know you lying.
We just had Will in here from Cali. Drop in the box how much gas is in Cali. We got our
No, no, no.
own.
Drop in the comments how much gas is where you are so we can compare.
Correct. That's perfect. Perfect. So while
Cause
I'm
right
talking about these gas prices, drop your gas price in the box. All right.
419 was for me when I filled up from a half a tank.
430,
Wednesday.
439. 439. And all this for war, y'all. On a war that they didn't even tell us that was kind of like sneaking up on us. Like, I remember war in 03, 04 in Iraq. But when I was a kid, it was a Gulf War in the same space. So I kind of understood it. But I haven't seen this thing when I ran. You would have to like really know like international history to kind of bring this up to figure out that this is something that happened from 1979 when they refused to allow the hostages that they took at the U.S. Embassy to come back to America while Jimmy Carter was president. So this is about an attack in Lebanon where it killed Marines 40 some odd years ago that we're fighting on about today. When we said last July that we destroyed, because we had to find reason, which was their nuclear program. We all believe that, a rogue nation don't need to have a nuclear weapon. And what I mean, we all believe that. I'm just going to say it from a democratic standpoint of 51% to 49%, as in the majority of. Well, in August of last year, we destroyed all of their capabilities of a nuclear weapon until 45 days ago when they came to us and said that they were 2 weeks from a weapon. But you just said that you had destroyed it from. And you created a war that now this rogue nation has the ability of stopping 20% of the world's oil from passing by its country.
Straight up said it's a war over oil. And then we have and Bev and do you want to be NJ or MJ on this child? Just let me know. Cause we got aliases because I got them too. They both said that their gas where they are in Michigan and I think Pennsylvania is $4.19. So right now that's the average because I told you all that it was $4.19 when I filled up as well. So continue, Mr. Buckeye.
So now what you've done with this area, also known as the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the oil passed through. 20% of the world's oil passed through this strait. So now what they've done is said, if a ship comes through here, we'll blow it up. So now no oil goes through here. So remember 6, 8, 12 weeks ago when we went to Venezuela and commandeered that oil? Well, look like we might have to use that oil more sooner than we thought because the Strait of Hormuz has closed because you attacked a country that we called a rogue nation, but we were the main um, actors in beginning this war.
So we got a question.
Yes.
Walt is asking, do you believe they have or close to having nuclear weapons?
Oh, this is what I believe because the president of the United States said it in August of last year. We blew them, we blew up their capabilities that they cannot create a nuclear weapon for years to come. That's what the president of the United States told us in August of 2025. Approximately 45 days ago, we were informed that we were going to launch an attack on Iran. And several days later, we're told that they were 2 weeks away from creating a nuclear weapon. If we just go by the timeline, which is less than a year, but let's just say, give or take, August to April, 9 months. In August of 25, we said it was destroyed and it wouldn't be able to be rebuilt for years to come. And then 9 months later, we said it was 2 weeks from it. So it's not about me and how I believe. I can just only go by what what the government tells us. And of course, that's what they're supposed to tell us on how this mission, so we can support it. So that's the reason why your gas prices is up. If you would have came in and just told us that you were going to go to war because we need to get rid of their nuclear capabilities and your gas prices are going to go up, then give us an opportunity to make a decision on if that's where we want to move. But now what you've done is you've tariffed us before it. And we found out that that wasn't legal. So just like if you find out that somebody has taxed you and then you find out that that's illegal, you want your money back, but we'll never get that back. Mm-hmm. Then you add on top of this of during the time that we spend the most gas, because I've lived in the Midwest, I've lived in the Northeast. You sometimes you just don't move in the winter, so you were saving some gas. Yeah. But now you want to be in these streets.
Now I want to be outside.
Now this is when you want to maximize my credit card, also known as my taxes. No, that's not fair. All right.
Okay. Oh. Before you continue, Nettie is saying, "Hey guys,
hey."
Uncle Donald is saying there's a song called "Ball of Confusion" by the Temptations. That is what the world and the politics are now. I just want to say this because this was said to me when I was in DC for my birthday some years ago. As we were sitting at our table and our order just kept coming out wrong. And I'm a girl that I'm just like, you know what? I don't want it to go back to that kitchen too many times because it ain't even finna come back right. So I remember the waitress said to me, sorry for the misconfusion. So I just want to say that all of this that's going on is a big misconfusion.
Not a misconfusion.
It's not a word for y'all, just so you know. I remember me and my girl Shanita, because we did a road trip from North Carolina to DC. And when she said it, we looked at it, she said, girl, is that a word?
It's a swing and a miss, but she knew what the hell she was talking about.
She knew what she was saying. Like the kitchen was clearly effing up, and she was saying that she probably ringed in something wrong, and it was a whole misconfusion. But we sat there and cackled all night. We didn't even care that the food was wrong. We cackled all night long. Okay, and then Straight Up says they are the only country that is not doing petrodollar like the rest of the world, and other countries can't have that. They are stopping progress.
So that's what I wanted to do when it comes to just talking about those gas prices. The second thing I want to talk about is we cannot forget Epstein. Epstein. This is what this is all about.
They want you to be like, delete.
It is crazy, y'all. You see how all of a sudden, even in the text box, we talking about everything else. We talking about currency. We talking about or at the end of the day, trying to save their ass on
Mhm.
some things that they've done immorally. You understand what I'm saying? As in, it's it's not right. And people have found out and they're trying to save their hides. Again, Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. They removed Pam Bondi. You understand? They removed Pam Bondi from the attorney general. However, the guy that they just put in there, her deputy, he just said the case is closed. In other words, he don't plan on saying anything else about it. However, Melania Trump announced today, excuse me, the first lady of the United States announced today that she didn't have anything to do with the Epstein files. So why is she saying it? Like this is getting, the more we keep asking, never forget. And if you forget the name Epstein, my first name's Jeffrey. Don't forget, okay? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Some of the most heinous people around has had the same name. Dahmer, Epstein. I'm just telling you.
Oh.
I'm just telling you, like this guy was heinous, and what we're seeing is our leaders that look, Renika, I heard them say this, and it hit me. I was listening to one of the political shows this week. They said we're now in the second gilded age of America.
No, I love that show. I can't wait till it comes back. But what?
Not the show, but if you go back and look at American history, there's
Yeah.
certain periods. Like there's the Gilded Age where the rich got rich and the poor, it basically leads us right into the Depression. So if you're telling me that this is the second Gilded Age, are you telling me that the like that's the next outcome around the corner? Like the rich is getting richer, and I'm gonna slash out with Epstein and turn into my friend, old Target. Yeah, you look, cuz.
Wait, before you start. Wait.
I ain't forgot.
MJ said, pull up those files. Uncle Donald said, now that is a real game. Bullseye. And then you went right into Target. And then Tanisha has chimed in and said, And then Danielle said, hey y'all.
Hey,
Now
hey.
y'all, I gotta take out these contents and put on my glasses. I'll be RB while Jeffrey on the bullseye.
All right, all right. Well, like I said, I was transitioned from Epstein to Target. Hey, look, cuz we haven't forgot you. And I need for my people. Hey, y'all that's listening to me. Yeah, you. Don't forget. Remember what Target did to us. Stop going. And don't say that you don't go. I've seen the price of Target go up. They've stayed steadfast. It's on us. We the one with the egg in our face. We the one still going to Target. Look, when I was posting about Target, they're during our boycott, their shares was 98, $103. Y'all know, guess how much their shares are today when I went and looked? They've gotten all the way back up to $123 a share. That's unacceptable by us. That's unacceptable by us. Every time that I see someone with a Target bag, I get enraged. Like seriously enraged. Because in Target, if you don't know a little bit about Target, I mean, their corporate headquarters is in Minneapolis. Like, so this whole thing that's been going down from George Floyd to the crackdown on ICE in Minneapolis. If you're not from there, you don't know. But this been going on in Minneapolis for a mighty long time. Everybody just thinks that it's just this white state. But regardless of race, they have no place in our society. And what I mean by that, as in where you're going to discriminate. We cannot have that separatism because now they have us now where they're separating us from the rich and the poor. And it's being way more poor people. I know I've met a lot of poor people in my life and maybe a handful of rich people. And look, all I know is we're running out of space here. and they need to share. There need to be some shared space here. So we must stay on them. And that's why I went in. We talked about the Gilded Age, Target, Epstein. They're the same, as far as I'm concerned. They're the absolute same. And then the last thing I want to talk about, yeah, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanisha is saying poor became the people happy to be maids and servants.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
your
That's
cousin
crazy.
Walt says, "Want to fill me in on what you're talking about in Target?" Then you went into Target, and then Tanisha said, "$123 a share." Yeah, people going back.
Yep.
And then Danielle said that she used to live in. I used to live there. That's what she said. Wait, what part was that? I forgot.
Minneapolis.
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 That's right. You
Yeah.
did. That's right.
Yeah. Minneapolis. I mean,
Ooh.
George Floyd, Target, and where they ICE, where they killed Purdy and the young lady. Just crazy. But the last thing I want to talk about is the Save Act. I
Oh.
talked about it last week, where the Save Act, where they want you to have your ID and or um, passport to vote. I
Mhm.
know some people say, "Well, that don't matter." Well, we just had voting 2 days ago in Wisconsin and a couple other states. In the Wisconsin's, in the Supreme Court, it ended up going liberal. So now they're like 5-2 liberal. But there's always voting that's going on, and you need to be aware of it so you can participate. So if you don't have an ID, get you an ID. And if you need help with a passport, inbox me. We'll figure it out. All right. You rather have those things versus just fighting against it. Look, you can fight against it, but you might as well have it too, just in case. Um, in transition, I saw, Renika, that as of December, if you are the age of 18 and 25 and you're a male in this country, you're automatically thrown into selective service.
Selective service.
Yeah, before, I know a lot of people's like, well, it's been that way. Now, true, somewhat.
Mhm.
You had an opportunity to sign up for it, but now they will sign you up for it, regardless of. So I don't know. That seems like a little invasion of privacy, especially when you're 18 years old and technically you're getting your rights for the first time. And
Mhm.
soon as you get your rights for the first time, they're ripping bandages of those rights away from you. I don't think that that's fair. I think that you're between the age of 18. Don't get me wrong. When I was 18, I signed up.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that you should have an opportunity. It shows your will versus you being made to do something, you know. So,
If you filled out a FAFSA lately, because I know black folks we say FAFSA, um, that's one of the questions. Have you registered for the selective service?
mhm.
So you've done it one way or another.
But I
But
think I think years
Danielle,
ago, but it wasn't penalized.
oh no.
It
Oh,
almost
Robert.
feels it almost feels like now it can be penalized,
Yeah,
you know.
because Danielle's saying now there is no choice. And
Correct.
then Robert says that's not fair at all.
Correct.
And then Nettie said, "Man, it's so sad taking those babies' lives before they can even live."
Potentially. And I understand when you're talking about for national security. However, I mean, you want to be proud, you
Yeah.
know. Some people, and people say, well, they're not standing before. Well, there's some family members that you'll fight for, but that don't mean that you're going to be seen with them in public. So, like, just don't be like that.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to be above reproach. And right now, it seems like we're the creepy crawler. So
Mhm.
that's how I'm going to end for the politics this week.
Okay.
And there
So,
you have it.
what about for the peoples?
You?
All right. So, this happens often And I feel like I will remind you every time it happens. Unless someone tells you that it's okay. You hear my little, I was trying to give a little sage and zen there. I don't know if you hear it. Okay. Unless someone tells you it's okay, do not shorten their name. My sister, her name is Jennifer, and she's told me stories about how people just walk in meetings or just in network settings or in team building and be like, "Yeah, Jen," and she'll just look off like they ain't talking to me. Jen, are you ready? It's Jennifer. And not once have I told you in this meeting that I'm okay with you calling me Jen. Oh, I was just shortening. It's like, no, that's not okay. I've told, I believe I've even told the first episode of Please Do Tell is me saying what's in a name and basically saying how people have tried to rename me over the years and how I was taking back ownership of my own name. Because I love a good nickname. I give people nicknames all the time. But it's still, I need you to still be able to address that person as the name that they prefer for you to call them, not one that you just given them. Like, yeah, I know that we do nicknames and all that, but it's in the workplace. Now, in the neighborhoods and all that growing up, I think that stuff is like that. That's culture right there. Oh,
Well, it's
you
different. You know me.
yeah, know me. But in a workspace, and I come in and I say, my name is Ronika, and you're like, I think I want to call you Ronnie. It's given slavery, and I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. It even happened in an email exchange with someone, not once, nowhere in the email. Now, I go by nicknames because it tells me what era of my life I met you in. So for someone that I just met through email yesterday to call me Ronnie is very triggering because Ronnie is my daddy. And if you know stories about my dad or our relationship, or you were around me when I was going by Ronnie, then that's okay. I would know that. But if I just met you yesterday, don't you walk up to me and be like, hey, because I believe in Jesus, but I will get you straight. And like any child or young person or teenager that I've ever, a young adult that I've worked with, I always say, because they'll say, "Oh, it's okay. Did they mispronounce my name?" I said, "No, you correct them every time." And I'm not saying that no, no, it's actually Ronika. It's not Ronnie. It's actually Ronika. Because what can they say? That's what your mama named you. That's what your guardian. That's what somebody named you. So it's going by what you prefer to be addressed as and not what's easiest for anybody else. Is how you want to answer.
That's a fact.
So that's my for my people this week.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, it was actually triggering. I've had that several times
Hey Jeff.
when someone or yeah, look, I had a I had a friend tell another friend after he told him his name, he said, "I'm not going to say that. I'm going to use this."
Yes,
I
yes.
was like, "Whoa." I said, "You don't." He was like, "Well, I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to call you Steve. I'm going to call you Steven." And I had to stop him. I was like, "You don't even know like his like reasoning because you don't like you said about like a trigger." And his trigger was like him and his father had like the same name, and so he didn't like that. Like you're not gonna play with me with my name like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, damn, you don't even know like people are their reasoning for. So I just feel that's very disrespectful. Very
Okay,
disrespectful.
so we do have a couple people sounding off in the comments, but before that, if you are not following, if you know late night show on YouTube, we're now on YouTube. And I think more than anything, this episode needs to be on YouTube. Because I feel like I the way people are chiming in, I said, okay. Yes, you all understand with the you trying to rename me conversation. That was a blog post that ended up being a podcast episode that we are now revisiting. So it is really something we need to continue to
It's
talk about.
real. It's
Don't ask
real.
my neighbor.
Because you meet so many people.
Yes.
And then people be like, nah, this what I'm on. No, you're not.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay, so Tanisha said, because who is T? Like you could call me just T. Danielle said, there's a man that comes into my job that calls me Danny. I'm like, dude, we ain't friends. And then your Uncle Donald says, the game is on, fight for no right. So sad. And then MJ says, yes, I remember I asked if I could call you, meaning me. I could call you Nika. You said no. So I definitely call you by your name.
See?
But
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least you asked. Like you didn't just come up and like, yeah, all right, Nika. Like, wait a minute. And then Danielle said, and quit calling me Daniel, damn it. Not him calling you Daniel.
Not Daniel. That is too
Not
funny.
Daniel, son. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm. That is
Uh-uh.
too funny.
So yeah, that's my for the people.
All right. Um, my
Oh,
for the
wait. Before you start,
Mhm.
so don't forget to share this with a homie, which means use a little arrow at the bottom, share it on your feed so more people can see our show. And then don't forget, we have our numbers 17 through 3,000 because and somebody actually gave us 17, which is hilarious.
We
17
use that
through
one.
3,000. Yeah,
No.
right. We've used 1 through 16, so we're starting at 17 through 3,000. We answer those questions live tonight when you drop the number. So there we go. And then MJ is saying, yes, I did ask. Yes, you did. Thank you, ma'am. I so
Mhm,
appreciate it.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, but that's
No,
for
you're
you.
fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're
Oh,
fine. You're
that's
fine.
another thing. We're always saying I'm sorry as a people. It's like, why are we always saying I'm sorry? Like, I'm crying. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm having
Mm-mm.
emotions.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't use it that recklessly.
Mm. Okay.
Because it ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking it's not for everybody. It's a good transition to my for the people.
Mm.
I understand that at times it feels like it's a lot. But you remember who you are?
Mm.
You're a lot. You can handle it. That's what this space is for. So we can share it. We can share thought.
Mm-hmm.
We can share existence
Yeah,
and we can make it happen.
that's true.
Don't waste this opportunity. All right, and that's for the people. All right. So now as we go into our numbers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I love a good song, a little tune. All right. You ready for our first number?
Look, I was waiting on the tune.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh man, that gave me Family
dun,
Feud
dun.
right
Ah,
there.
dun, 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 dun. No, it's supposed to give you Garfield and Friends. Garfield and
I wasn't a
Friends.
Garfield fan.
I mean, I wasn't, but I just liked that he was a big old fat cat that loved lasagna.
Well, that was the whole premise of it. You didn't like him, but you loved that he's a big old fat cat that loved lasagna.
Yeah, he was
Actually,
so grumpy.
my favorite one was Odie.
The dog you hated.
The damn dog. And Odie was the dumbest dog ever, too.
It was.
Yeah, just gonna do whatever Garfield didn't want him to do.
Like he was dumber than two stupid dogs.
Yeah, he's bad.
And they
He's
were
bad.
dumb. Danielle said, I'm actually trying to break my nieces from being overly apologetic so they don't carry that into their teen and adult life. Girl, because every time I look, I'm like, it's emotions. Work through it. It's okay. It's all right. It's good. It's good. You're purging. You're purging. First number
I mean,
2299, as in 22.99.
oh boy.
22.99. Like, yeah.
Oh boy.
What? It's like you hitting your mic. It's like, I just keep hitting my. Okay. Let it go, Ronika. Let it go.
Which celebrity has the best narrator's voice?
Ooh. My almost birthday twin. James Earl Jones.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. But that was almost his birthday twin. He's my granny's though, but yeah.
What's James Earl Jones is from what?
Oh my goodness.
Will you say that he has a great narrator's
Oh,
voice?
he was Mufasa. I know
Okay,
everybody loves Lion King. I mean, of course, you all know that my
I've
favorite
never
movie
seen
of
it.
all time is
I'm gonna wink at you when I say it, but I've never seen Lion King from beginning, from first to the end. No. Mm-mm,
I'm gonna just go to the comments because Tanisha says
mm-mm.
that she said, "Oh, Morgan Freeman." I mean, I quote Morgan once a week at least. Get those chains off the door. The enemy is near. Or expeditiously. I'm
Yeah,
always
yeah.
using
If you
expeditiously.
don't kill yourself, then do it expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Yeah. But after that, you lose Morgan Freeman. So I'm actually gonna do a birthday twin
Hmm.
and a great narrator's voice. And it's a shout out to her book. So if you get a chance, go check out her book. But Jennifer Lewis.
Ooh, I'm looking at her book right now, so it's in my
Yeah.
library.
Jennifer Lewis has a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
And
She does.
if you do remember her, she's Aunt Helen from Fresh Prince.
She's on Helen. She's in Blackish. She in all the movies that you could think of in the 90s and the 2000s. She was somebody's mama.
Yeah, I was just
You
gonna
know,
say she
her
was
and Loretta Devine. They played great mothers. Well, they still
mhm.
continue to play great mamas. They
Yeah.
nanas now, but
Her
you know.
voice is next level.
She was
Yeah.
Dean Davenport in A Different World. She played a
Mhm.
couple roles in A Different World, but I think her final role was like Dean Davenport. I think that's what she's coming back as in the reboot. So
Mm-mm.
excited.
Not with the
But
head. You are ready for
anyway,
this
I am
reboot.
excited.
You might well be on set.
I want to be on set so bad. I was at a meeting. Gosh, it was probably last weekend, and they were talking about A Different World, and they said, "Yeah, A Different World's coming back." And then she said something, and I was like, "Yeah," because that was season 5 episode. She said, "Wait a minute." Yeah, that was season 4. Remember, Sinbad he didn't come back for season 5 when they made it to High Hall. It was in that was season 5, so he wasn't he didn't make it to High Hall. He ended his A Different World career in season 4.
Well, you had to graduate.
No, remember he was grad.
Well, you got to graduate from there too.
That too, but then he decided to run his own community center in his own neighborhood. Like he was moving back to Ben Harbor. I just put that together. Oh, look at the grill. But anyway,
Y'all, we didn't had a moment with her.
don't get me talking about A Different World and just take
uh-uh.
me there. Okay, so really quick. Robert says, see, you smoke crack, don't you? You smoke.
All right, Morgan Freeman's
Woo!
up there.
Woo!
Ah, that's a good one.
Lisa said, "Y'all hating. He has more than work than lean on me. It's a lot." And then Robert said, "That's a good one, Tanisha." Then MJ said, "I'm going to use my voice more. I needed to hear this." I'm just saying, you just gotta. How do we?
I was a Morgan Freeman fan. And we just, it's the late night show, so we just talking, y'all.
Shawshank Redemption.
We
Yeah.
just, we just, we just talking. I was a Morgan Freeman fan, but when he started dating the Steph granddaughter, I was like, come on now, like that's a lot. Dog, that's a lot, man. Like you are way too old to be dating the step granddaughter. Like, come on.
Good night, y'all. Forget the numbers. Good night. Cause what?
It was
Wait a
crazy.
minute. So you won't forgive Morgan, but you'll forgive R. Kelly.
Pardon me? We're talking about two different things here. Like, I don't know if it's a compare and contrast. Don't ever compare me to somebody on here on the streets. I ain't even got the same blood. Hell no. So no, I just said he just went a step too far for me when he was dating the step granddaughter. Like that was like, oh man, all those movies you worked so hard in this good character role, and then when you
Let
came
it
home,
go away.
you, you did all
Danielle
of
said
this.
she said the step granddaughter in real life because at first she said, "Wait, what? Girl, you don't know about this?"
I'm telling you. Look, Google it, Claude it, Chat
Claude, Claude,
GPT.
Claude, Claude,
You know,
Claude,
like
Claude.
yeah. He and 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 didn't care. Didn't care. So yeah, he lost a little bit with me. But anyway, next number.
21. I'm not doing this. Oh, Robert says, yeah, that was a bad look on my boy. Morgan was out of control for that. Yeah. I was reading it just like, is this ain't lean on me. Lean on the granddaughter.
What
God,
is your most treasured possession?
mm,
Yeah, I had to go back and forth a little bit with this because I was thinking like material.
mm.
But then I was thinking about some stuff that could be like taken away. I mean, because when I say treasured possession, shit, these days, my ID. Like being honest with you, shit, you be lucky you got ID say you from here. That's a treasured possession. Um, maybe my mother's ashes. You know, like if you want to be like technical, but I ain't finished the job yet. So I don't want to be called out for it. You know, you're supposed to spread them at some point.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
they ain't your treasured possessions. So
Yeah.
I had to think about something else.
Um, I've always wanted a big family, so that black address book that my dad left behind with the addresses that led me to finding family and reconnecting with family, I think that's my most. When I say I want to be able to set eyes on that every time, and then the second, because I got to, but when it comes to like jewelry and stuff like that, keeping it in a safe deposit box or keeping it off site somewhere is like family jewelry that I know that it was like blood, sweat, and tears to get it. Like it could be my granny's diamond ring or something like that, or just whatever. It's really that jewelry that I was like, man, they sacrificed for this. They did. Like it was. I want to see this passed down through generations type of thing. So yeah, it would be the address book and some family jewelry. Um Danielle saying I'm so done, and then we're going into the numbers. MJ, I don't think we got to your number yet. Child, that was 22.99, right? That we just did.
We did 21.
That was 21. Okay. 21. I didn't check it off. So she said yes, 21 was a great number. And then Uncle Donald said life is strange. And then MJ was responding to that saying, yes, very strange. And then she said, how about a diary? Hmm. So is that one of your possessions is the diary? Is that how I'm reading it? I mean, my dad's address book wasn't a diary. It was just legit address books. It's only because of stories that I heard him tell that I remember him telling me like in high school or college that stuck with me. I was like, damn, okay. He told me that I got family that are okay with this last name. All right. So when I find this address book, I was like, damn, he knew who this family was all this time. But because the family didn't want to talk about the family secret, he only gave me bits and pieces. So
Mm,
yeah,
that's a treasured possession.
it is for sure. That's why I was in the whole Pechacucha.
Mm.
Thanks to Jeffrey. You should really try Pechacucha. It's a different style of storytelling. Blase, blase, blase. It didn't change my whole damn life.
If you got it, if you have a skill set, you got to grow it.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Now you can speak in front of any crowd and do it any style.
That is true.
I
Not
love it.
even, don't even flinch. That's
Mhm.
true. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll send an invoice later.
All right. You know, you know. The next number is 42.
42.
Oh, MJ said, it could be for anyone, but she said them damn family secrets. Child, don't get me started.
What original movie did you love, but definitely not the sequel?
Coming to America.
Coming to America? I'm
Hmm.
gonna say Best Man. Yeah, wasn't doing that one.
No,
Mm.
Holiday.
No, didn't like it at all.
What
Mm-mm,
about the final chapters? So you didn't even watch the final chapters?
mm-mm, mm. It
It's,
crumbled.
it's so good.
Mm-mm. I like the original. I used to watch Best Man almost every day in college.
I just want to melt out of this chair.
Yeah, it's a great one. Coming to America was good, but you were never gonna over the
Top that
top. Yeah, yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Even though you had Brother Earl was there, James
It,
Earl. But still, it was
mm-mm, mm-mm. It
mm.
was too hard to come from that one because now it was too raw. It was too raw, and now you have too many cuts, cuts, cuts. So no, yeah,
Yeah. It wasn't giving real Zamunda.
nah.
Before I was like, yeah, this is Zamunda, but now it's not giving Zamunda. All right. Excuse me. Next number is 17.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Okay. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Um, honestly, that history degree, that master's of history, December 2021. I defended my thesis on July 26th of 2021. And I remember crying like a baby after um defending that thesis because I remember enrolling in the program at North Carolina Central and uh just hearing like, oh, you have to do like a comp exam and foreign language, and then you got to do a thesis. And I thought, my goodness, I ain't signing up for all of this. So I went and finished the library science degree, and then I came back after some convincing because I met my one of my mentors at Western Michigan, who convinced me to go to North Carolina Central. And I remember taking the foreign language exam to even graduate with the first master's, and then went back and they say, yeah, you got to do the comp. So that was on October 31st. So then I had of 2019. So I had just kind of just played. I no more classes left, anything. So fast forward, I'm doing my I'm writing out the thesis and everything. I'm telling my family story, and he gives me the date because I didn't pick this date. So then my advisor says, you're going to defend on July 26, 2021. And he said, what? I said, I moved to North Carolina on July 26, 2008 for this program, for this degree that I
Mm-hmm.
never finished, that I came back and I could say I finished. You mean to tell me my date to defend on is on July 26th. So yeah, so I got in there and I defended all this, and then they were saying, they had to go back and talk about it and do a vote. And they came back and they said yes and gave me feedback. And then I remember crying like a baby. And he said, "No, tell the panel, tell the board why you're crying." And I said, "I moved here July 26, 2008, no job." Like I said, my dad was really upset that I was even coming here because I didn't have a plan because he always stressed a plan. And I said, so for me to be in this moment talking about his family history can only tell me that this is just totally divine. This whole journey of me getting here, from me being a burn survivor, from me losing my dad, from me going from state to state, is for me to be at this moment. That is my greatest accomplishment.
Mm. That was 13, right?
Yeah, my dad died in 2013. So, yeah, I moved there in 2008. I got burn survivor in 2010. He died in 2013. I bounced around, moved around, went to school, graduated with the first master's in 2014. And then me just kind of trying to figure life out. And I was already back in Michigan when they were like, "Yeah, so you're gonna finish this degree in history, or you're gonna have to start all over if you decide that you want to do finish in the next year or so." So yeah, that's how that yeah, but for him to say, not knowing, because he wasn't there at the very beginning. I met him
Mhm.
towards the middle, going into the end of this journey, that he said, "No, your defense date is July 26th, 2021." Then he said, then on top of that, at the end of that, he said, "Your degree is going to say August 4th, 2021,
But
which is
your
my
sister
sister's
birthday.
birthday,
Mhm.
and also the 1 year anniversary of Please Do Tell."
Oh wow. Wow, 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 wow.
So yeah.
Okay, Miss Dates.
Yes, I love a good date.
Yeah.
Just like I love the time, I love a good date.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you can answer now because now I didn't
Okay.
wait. The
Yeah.
people is choked up in the comments.
Right, 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 right. Look, it was a good story. Look, we
Woo.
all were just sitting there, just smiling and gazing, like, wow, wow. Because it's great. Look, that's why questions are great, because you don't know somebody and know like their process, and you'll think to yourself, like, damn, I'm going through that, seeing that, or somebody I know. So, as motivation. But to answer the question, my I consider my greatest accomplishment, actually, ironically, it was when I ran for mayor,
Mm.
and I actually lost. But it was the greatest accomplishment because it was like it was that I'm out of this shell, like, type of deal. As
Yeah.
in, if you know me, like growing up as a kid, like my family and them really thought I was gonna be like really quiet, like because I was like a really quiet kid, I guess, at home. But my people knew that I went to school. They was like, I don't know about that. But over time, you develop and grow into yourself. And then not only just growing and developing to yourself, you just be yourself. And I learned that if I put in hard work, I can be whoever I want to be.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I ran for mayor. I had just moved back to Ben Harbor in '07. I decided to do it after a vacation. It was for 42 days, but it was like some of the best 42 days of my life. I developed skill sets because I had to think fast. I had to give speeches. You got 6 weeks, to kind of pull this off. And so it was definitely motivating, humbling, and one hell of a ride. But
Mhm.
it taught me how to like treat almost everything like a campaign. Like no matter what it is, even you're at work, they give you a project, the project like 6 weeks, treat it like a campaign. You know what I'm saying? Like just get it done. Like there's just work to be done. So that's why I call it my greatest achievement because it it helped me get over that first layer, which is, you know how they say the first step is in starting, it's to start.
Mm-hmm.
Typically that stops 50% of us. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have too much trouble on that starting because of that greatest achievement of running for office and losing. So, yep.
Let me go to the comments. So
Mm-hmm.
we have some hearts in here, and then Robert says, "Man, Ronika, that brought tears to my eyes." I was like, "Oh, we're going here. Okay, we're going here."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
MJ said, "I ran for councilwoman in Princeton, New Jersey." So there
Oh
was a
wow.
connection.
Wow.
And then,
Congratulations. That's a good
yes,
experience.
I mean, because Jeffrey called my phone one day and my dad picked up my cell phone. Like he didn't call the house, he called my cell phone. And my dad had clearly plenty of balls to answer. And he said, Jeffrey, he said, your partner called. I said, oh, my partner? He said, your partner called. But when I picked up, he ain't said nothing. He hung up. I said, okay. Why were you answering my phone? And I said, wait a minute, which partner? And he said, the one that ran for mayor. I couldn't even vote for him because we in the township. I said, all right.
That's what you would get a lot. I'm living in the township. I can't
He
vote for you.
said,
I wish I
goddamn, I
could.
can't even vote for him. I'm in the township. But
Yeah.
that's your partner. And I
Yeah.
believed in him. But he said he hung up on me today. Okay. And
Yeah.
then when you say he was like, yeah, I didn't know. I knew who that voice was and I got scared. And I
Yeah, I remember hanging up. It took me right back there to it, right when you was just telling the story. I remember because y'all know, when you was young and somebody daddy answered the phone, click, because he finna in our era. That was that they about to interrogate you on the phone, and they know they got full control. So no, before you even start asking a question, click. All right,
we
you
were
know,
over 18, y'all. Over 18. I
I was
guess
under
he's like,
25. I was
okay,
under
all
25.
right. Robert says that was a great accomplishment, JB, because I stood there with you during that mayoral campaign. It was awesome.
Yeah, we was outside
And
campaigning.
then Uncle Donald said, I am so proud of you, nephew.
Thank you, boss.
And then Tanisha's over here laughing and saying, man, child, it's a mess. It's a mess, y'all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay.
What I number then?
This the last number that I see. I mean, if you got your number, I mean, we got a little bit of time, but this is the last number. I mean, this would be number 5, and you all have been nailing it. That we haven't had to repeat any. Robert said, I wouldn't try to answer no daddy questions."
When you call and all of a sudden the daddy answer the phone, or you look. This when you tell her, hey, I'm calling between this time and this time because if your daddy answer the phone, I'm hanging up. Yeah,
Love.
I'm hanging up.
Is it me y'all looking for? Number 46.
All right,
Again,
40.
y'all, if you have any numbers like I mean we usually do 5, but we do have a little extra time and clearly we are full of the shits and giggles. So any number over 18, 18 and 3,000, drop it in the chat box. But right now we're gonna do number 46.
Do you like
Ah,
champagne?
Tanisha said wrong number.
Do you like champagne? If so, um, what is your favorite brand? I'm gonna be fancy and say yes, but I'm gonna go with Moscato, even though if I don't know if that's something real, or should I say, uh, yeah. See, I don't even know. What's a champagne? What since you know them?
I just what you just asked for champagne, but Moscato is a wine.
Okay,
Yep, Moscato is a wine. So champagne is usually like a brut or something like that. So
Brute is all right. Look, I remember being in like undergrad at like an event or something, and they kept giving us like it was not real alcohol, but you could have like brute. Man, you have enough brutes, you be brute.
Okay. I done already told y'all a good night, so I don't know what's that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that brew to get you down.
MJ said no mommy questions either. Like if mommy is, she said, "Oh,
Yeah, yeah. We gotta it's like a time frame and don't miss that call. If it ring over 2 times, I'm hanging up. Like,
I
no.
think I told y'all last week of how I thought that one of my friends' moms in elementary school was actually a man because she was still holding that phone when I said, "Hey, it's such in the air," and she picked, yeah, okay. When like it wasn't high pitched or anything clearly, and so I thought she had hung up by this time when my friend answered the phone. I said, "Dang, your daddy's still up," and she said, "I'm a woman." I said, "Wait a minute."
Wow. It's hilarious. Look, I'm a
I
woman.
will never. And then she said something about she smokes a lot, or that's why she sounds like that. And I remember being so ashamed. And then she laughed, and then that gave me the relief. Like I can laugh a little bit, but I can't laugh too hard because I just thought
Mm-mm.
I was a man. And my dad always told me, "Don't ever, you know."
I am a lady.
I am a lady, okay. Of course, Tanisha gonna drop. So Jeffrey should be triggered by this third word that I'm going to say because Tanisha says Lamarco Rose Prosecco pink label. She said very economical. Then she said, or the blue label, like we kept buying by the case in Dallas. That's what I said triggering.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because we were on that rooftop, like, okay, who keeps bringing bottles of Prosecco?
Who kept doing that?
It is. I'm gonna blame it on somebody that I'm gonna cut my eye at, even though they look a little red because they're a little irritated. But I'm gonna look to my left is probably your right, but I'm trying to. And I see you move your eyes too. No, that's who I'm talking about. Bottles of prosecco just kept showing up.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was fun. I don't know why they just kept bringing those bottles though. I only bought 2 bottles of prosecco and they just kept bringing them Uber style. It was crazy. Yeah.
MJ, she said, "Thank you for the show. This was great. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you,
child.
thank you.
Come on back now. You here?" Robert says, "Brute." JB
Yeah,
for hilarious. You know, Robert, you were there.
yeah,
Just the
yeah,
bottles just kept
yeah, yeah.
over it. Okay. And then our last but not least, our number is 411. What's the 411?
Sounds like somebody's birthday.
Oh. Ah! I was also thinking of Mary J. Blige. But that's who also gave it to us, 411.
What's the worst thing that can happen to you on a date?
Ooh. I was like, where are we going with this on a date? Not that zoom in.
Oh, ah,
Hello. Um.
how are you?
Oh,
I'm here.
I'm here, superstar. Um. Hmm. If you want to chime in at any time, because
Yeah, I can.
okay,
To be stood up
okay, okay,
because then it
yeah,
may create spite.
yep, yep,
So don't
yep,
waste my time.
yeah.
So
But I'm
that's
also that person if you don't show up. Like, yes, I've already filed it away. Like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do this again, probably. But I'm gonna make a night of it. So I've made friends with everyone that's like in my area, or I've transitioned to the bar. If we're at a table, so I'm that girl. But
I probably wouldn't stay at the same spot because I don't want you to happen up late and then be like, oh, I wasn't a oh.
oh, I
Nah.
was just gonna be like a. Oh yeah, I'm done here. You can stay if they show
Oh
up.
wow, wow.
You can
Okay,
stay.
bold. Bold is beautiful. I'm just saying that's pretty bold.
I'm
Oh,
just
you can stay. I'm leaving
I've
now.
done that. I've done that. Yeah,
Wow.
I've done that. Or And my sister can tell you this too because it's happened. Um, if you show up and you try to act like you don't have funds for yourself, like let's just say we go Dutch, and you try to act like you don't have money for yourself, okay. My whole thing, and we clearly got it from our dad, is if this bill is $75 and I'm paying the $75 plus the tip for this bill, I just bought you for $75 plus the tip for this bill because you ain't never gonna hear from me again. Ever. Oh yeah, I just bought him for $5. And I didn't get it until I got older because I would hear my dad say it every time when I was a little girl. Yeah, I just bought them $5. So they owe you $5. So until they admit that they owe you, they don't even gotta pay it back. But until they admit that they owe you the $5, you bought them.
Like unwritten. But you got to think about this. Now, there's a double-edged sword to that. Because if you're a guy and you go with a female and you go Dutch, and now he think he didn't bought you, now you may have to do something for that buying. Ah, see, so there's the double-edged sword there. And the reason why I bring that up is because I've been in this world for a mighty long time.
Mm.
I've been on numerous, several, dozens, scores of dates.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never been Dutch. I don't know. Look, how did that young
Know
man,
how that happened. I don't
yeah, how did
know.
he create this conversation about Dutch? And he gonna take care of his and you gonna take care of yours. Cause every time I done been on a date, I always pay. And maybe because that was why I was raised, or
This is
because
how you.
I always look at it like, why would I be out if I can't afford yours? I remember one time I couldn't I was in college. Actually, my aunt is on here. I was in college and I was going on a date and I needed some money. It's the only time I think I've ever asked my aunt for money. And she ended up giving me $100 bill. And she was like, you're in college and your people give you money. But this is like she gave me $100 bill and I went to Olive Garden. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we went to Olive Garden. And it was so funny because and I won't put her business out there because this is a funny story. But I was so caught into trying to make sure that I had, making sure it was going to be a good experience for her. That when they came, they was like, "What do you want to eat?" She was like, "She wanted the chicken perminga." When she said perminga, I was like, "You mean parmesan?" That's when you knew then. Like you be caught up into it, and you don't know where they caught up into it. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny because she looked at it and then I looked at it and I thought it was Perminga too, actually at the time. And then the waiter actually the waiter actually told her no, that's Parmesan. Woo! So in
Sorry.
other words, I still don't know what Dutch is. But yeah, so yeah. That's me and that's the worst thing you could do is not show up.
You said it was what? Parminga?
Chicken per minga.
Um, Tan-
Ah,
Tanisha said, man goes to the bathroom and leaves after the check comes. And then she said, you balled out with that $100 at Olive Garden.
I did ball out. I knew I was gonna be comfortable at Olive Garden with $100 bill.
I'm sorry. I want to go back to this Parminga because um, I mean, I remember me thinking that one of the verses or the chorus of a gospel song was "We offer doula," and I remember coming back to school and telling Demita like, "Man, we are bilingual. Like we're singing in Spanish." It's great. And she was like, "What's the song?" I was like, "I don't know, but they saying we are for Dula." And she was like, "Huh?" I said, "Yeah, we are for Dula. Highest praise." I said, "I don't know what Fredula is, but or we are Fredula." I said, "I don't know what that is, but we're clearly talking about the highest praise." And she said, "It's we offer you the."
We offer you, you like we offer Dula. Terrible.
Oh my God! I just so I went back to church whenever they sang it again, and I said, "We don't." So we don't enunciate nothing. Because Mr. Chili would always say, like, "Oh, y'all will get up there and be like Ben Harbor." He said, "When it's Benton Harbor." And then I thought, like, damn, we are for Dula. It's really, we offer you the
Mm-hmm.
highest.
Mm-hmm.
So when I just say, Robert said, "What are we offering?" And then Tanisha said, "We offer what?" And then she also put Parminga in the comments. I'm done. And and she said just loud and wrong. Fadula. Yeah, Fadula. Yeah, we are Fadula.
Perminga.
Yeah, just yeah. Fadula, we are Pania. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought that we were really crossing over and we were bilingual.
You went back. Ooh, we sing, we bilingual now.
I did. Tanisha was like, "What? So what's the words?" I was like, "We are Fadula.
Mm-mm.
Highest praise." She said, "Pretty sure that's what we offer you the." So it does make sense.
You good?
Yeah.
Uh, we're closing it down. It's
Yeah.
on them numbers.
I said it like 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 I'm getting out here being wayward and I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I am getting sleepy, but yes. Okay. All right.
That was our last number, right?
It was.
All right. So, yep. Thank everybody for participating with numbers. As you can see, we may even give you some tears of joy and then some tears of laughter. Because to come from your story, of your master's degree all the way to you singing bilingual. That's a hell of a test to there. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But no, tell the people where we can find you.
So you can find me, Ronika RONNIKA .Williams on Instagram and Threads, and I'm Ronika Williams here on Facebook. And then, if you know, you know, a late night show is also on YouTube, but I'm sure Jeffrey would tell all about that.
If late night show is on YouTube, like Renika said, we just told you all about that. No. But no, thank everybody for coming out tonight, sharing time, love, space, enjoying y'all. Thursdays, 10 o'clock, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you're on the Pacific Coast or all the way over here on the East Coast, we all in between. You can find us on YouTube, as Renika said, with the If You Know, You Know late night show where we stream it on YouTube after the show. And you can also find us on the Please Do Tell podcast. You can find us on any place that you're listening to podcasts. But I'm gonna tell you, check out YouTube. It's pretty dope. You got anything for the people? Well, we already gave for the people, but you got anything for the public now? Just add
Uh,
another piece.
we appreciate y'all, and we will see you next week. But be sure to follow all the channels. Please do tell if you know, you know, on YouTube and wherever you listen to.
You know,
You know, we out.
you're not.